Do you want to make sure that the attorney you're hiring for your estate plan is qualified and will be able to help your family the best? Well, stick around for today because our question today is, tell me about your background and experience in estate planning. So again, this is a continuing series of 21 questions that we would ask a estate planning attorney before we hire them, knowing what we know with our experience as estate planners. So go ahead and make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit your notifications to make sure that you get notified when the new videos come out. So I'm Raymond Chandler, a partner at Polaris Law Group, an estate planning law firm in Missouri.
Hi, and I'm Scott Stork, his partner. And so when we talk about asking what somebody's background and experience is, it's pretty important because experience can mean a lot of things. And so people learn by seeing, and they learn by seeing different situations, having different experiences. And the more that your attorney has a background in estate planning, the better off you're going to be, because it's likely that that person has helped many people. And the more people and the more clients that they've interacted with, the more different situations they've seen. And so the more that you see, the more you're able to put that into practice, learn from those situations, and help clients in the future. And so also your background, the attorney's background matters. Have they gotten additional training in estate planning, or are they kind of just doing the proverbial grabbing the forms that they got from a different attorney that are 15 or 20 years old and they're just kind of filling in the blanks? And so the training that your estate planning attorney has is going to be very, very important, because what that attorney is going to see are new situations, new changes in the law, how to deal with varying degrees of complexity in the estate plan. Because even though people think that their estate plan is simple, not going to be anything that maybe is that big of a deal, when they don't understand what they should be asking, they don't understand maybe how complex their situation is. And so the attorney, if they're doing a good job, is going to make sure that they're asking the right questions and that the attorney can spot where those potential issues are going to be. The other thing is does the attorney have any sort of experience doing other types of practice? For instance, a litigation background can be very, very important for any attorney, because even though the attorney may not do litigation anymore, they do need to be able to issue spot where issues in planning, for instance, might cause unnecessary litigation in the future. And if it does cause litigation, to be able to tell the client, this is where the issue is, this is what the potential result might be, here's the money that it's going to cost the family later on. And so by having kind of a wide range of experience, it can be really important in helping to guide the client and making sure that the plan is doing exactly what it should be. The last thing is does the attorney have other people that they can fall back on? So for instance, are they a part of any organizations that do estate planning? Can they fall back on the experience of other attorneys? Do they have anybody else in the office that they can issue spot and things like that with? And having those types of resources and having the ability to talk to others, get information from them, kind of vibe off of them about what the different situations would be, are going to also be very important in making sure that they're drafting that plan the right way. So Ray, what have you seen in those situations?
Well, and that's those situations with estate planners and their experience and their background, and seeing a lot of different ranges of attorneys out there. As to some people have a lot of background in estate planning, and some have very little. So for us, our background in this and our experience is, the first is we went out and both tried to learn this much more than you would ever learn in law school. So both Scott and myself joined a network of attorneys where we took a intense practicum course, postgraduate, on estate planning only, and making sure that we knew all the ins and outs of estate planning, went well beyond simply the legal books from law school, and really figured out how to do this in a way that's going to help people in the long run, and really make sure that the estate plans are going to work, not just that there's documents out there and things of that nature. And so that's been our educational background, specifically in estate planning. And then on estate planning, our background is, for more than the past 5 years, we've been doing pretty much nothing but estate planning, and really focusing on that and having that experience, so that we have served numerous clients, seen numerous different questions and things, and that's why some of that experience is bringing these videos to you. Is we have the experience knowing that most clients come in not knowing what to ask, and that's why we've started to put some of these videos together too. And then Scott mentioned the litigation experience. So both of us are former litigators. We've both been in the courtroom many times. What I like to tell my clients is I've been in the courtroom enough that I know we don't want to go there ever again. I don't want to wear a tie ever again, wear a suit ever again, honestly. So we try to keep our clients out of the courtroom. But having that experience in the background, knowing that this document would help and this sign off would help, and having the experience in litigation to know kind of how to stay away from litigation, like Scott mentioned, knowing where those issues are that may cause a fight, may cause an issue that would lead to litigation, would lead to the courthouse, would lead to a probate case or something like that. Knowing that ahead of time to be able to explain to our clients, maybe we don't make that choice because that may lead to a fight and we want to stay away from that. So that's some of our experience in the litigation side.
And just kind of by way of explanation, I mean, you've been an attorney for 15 years, I've been an attorney for 20 years. We've seen a lot of things in our background.
At least 15 years. I think I lost count. I think I'm past that now, but at least 15, and I stopped counting, and you the same.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot, and just the background from different avenues of law too. So not all of those 15 years was estate planning for me. Some of it was bankruptcy creditor reports, creditor fights, staying away from creditors, things like that, personal injuries, things like that, where we've seen the other side of law and how that interacts with things of this nature. And you did family law for some time.
Yeah, I've done some family law. I've done probate litigation in the past. So all of those things, really come into play when we're planning.
Right. And then we mentioned the group of attorneys. So the one thing to look at for the experience of an attorney is what background do they have in terms of who can they go to for help. And we can't even the best attorney in the world can't do this all by themselves. You need to have somebody back there to be able to help them out, bounce questions off of, bounce experiences off of, bounce things off of. So I mean, we have the advantage here where there's two of us, but it's not just the two of us either. So like we mentioned we joined a group of attorneys across the country that we're able to talk to, call up, bounce ideas off of, ask questions of, throw a situation at them and see what they would have done and how they would have done it. Work with legal technical side of things, language side of things. A lot of attorneys out there that we talk to on a regular basis to be able to have that experience out there with them and see what they've run into. And there's many times where we've changed the way we practice, not because a client of ours did something, but because we talked to a colleague and they told us about what happened to their client. Something happened there, and we have that experience now from them. We're able to add that to our planning practices as well. So that's really why a lot of that is very important to have in the realm of estate planning, to have that background and experience and really know what background your attorney has and are they going to be able to help you the most.
So remember, next week we're going to be continuing our series of 21 questions to ask your estate planning attorney. Next week's question is, why did they choose to do estate planning in the first place? So remember, hit the subscribe button, make sure that you get the notifications of the ongoing series so that you can keep up. So we hope this was helpful. I'm Scott Stork with Polaris Law Group.
And I'm Raymond Chandler with Polaris Law Group. Thank you very much for your time.